Huh?
Yes, 1000%.
Well, let me tell you this. This is why I say this. Humbly speaking, most of the men in my world are very, very well off. And they know that women are only tolerating their behavior because of their money. And a lot of times that's why they treat women a certain way. So a man that can give you $500 or a man that can give you $800, in his mind, his story would be completely different than your story. He'd be like, I gave her eight. I don't just be giving girls $800. I don't just be giving girls $500. I don't just be with girls
Okay.
like he's gonna.
She doesn't get it. She's not gonna change. We gonna skip ahead and cause this is not going anywhere. And I'm tired of it.
Can go to a girl now. Let's see what's going on over here. Hello?
Okay, taking a pause here for a second. We got 10 people watching and 6 likes. Like the video. Okay, let's keep going. And what are we, 45 minutes in? Yep. Let's keep going. 11 watching. Like the video. And subscribe if you haven't. But let's keep going.
Hey, Kendra.
Hey girl, what you doing? Am I bothering you?
No, I'm over here studying and listening. Lucky was entertaining. He was
He
fun.
was. I think Lucky's the type of guy that some women wouldn't give a chance. But I think if they went out with him, they would be pleasantly surprised.
You could not help but to laugh with him. I agree.
Yeah.
He would break
Yeah.
it down.
What's your name, honey? Is it Jasmine?
Yes, it's Jasmine. Kendra, I have been here before. I have an update.
Okay, what's your update, honey?
Girl, okay, so I called it like my Kendra dating show experience from hell because when I came on the last time, like we had a good talk. You put me on Facebook as like a highlight and whatnot. And I had like a good turnout, I would say. I mean, not everybody is somebody you looking at, but like 800 people came to follow me. At some point, I just opened up my page, right? I talked to like 3 people, but like the one person who I will end up really having a story about, his name was like Lamar. Okay. And of all the people I could have fell for, I fell for him because he was like in my area. So it was a reason to move forward. The other 2, one was in Pennsylvania. I'm in the DMV. One was in Pennsylvania. The other one was in Chicago. They were cool, but at the end of the day, it's always like just something and you just don't really want to move forward. And then this guy had the leg up because he was in my area. Tall, good looking. He spent money on me. He was like always talking to me on the phone, text, in between moments, all of that. But like we just had these moments where every so often, like he would like ghost me. Ghost.
Uh-oh.
Casper the friendly ghost. And then come back and be like, here go $500 thing. Where you at? What you doing? I'm sorry. Like, you know, I didn't mean
$500.
it, and like love bomb me.
So
And then
like let's start from jump. When was you here?
April.
April, okay.
For sure, April, yeah.
April. And when did you meet the guy?
Had it been like he was one of the first people in my DMs. He was
Okay,
like,
so you met him soon, so back in April. So
mm,
how often did y'all date and then when he would go missing?
we would go on like 2 or 3 dates and then he would go missing.
For how many days?
Girl, he would like block me, and that's how I knew he went ghost. And then he would like stalk me in between the time, look at my page, like unblock me to look at my page. I would see it like in my stories or whatever. But I couldn't see his page or whatever it might be. Like,
The dad hat keeps coming on. And it's like, this is like, if this were my daughter, there's no way. No, you need to leave this guy alone. Let the block stand and move on to somebody else. Because Chris is right. Damn. Yeah, why? The question is, why is she putting up with all that? If y'all are just casually dating, then just move on to somebody else. This is why I say, see, this is another prime example why I'm pro marriage, because you end up avoiding, once you find, you only got to get it right once. And once you do, you can stop dealing with crap like this. Because let's be honest, women do this too, right? They come around, like they'll show you some affection, but as soon as It only lasts for so long, and then they're going to be gone. And then they need something, and then you, all of a sudden, they'll answer your phone calls, your DMs, your text messages, right? But then they're gone again because they don't need you anymore. Again, you only got to get it right one time. After that, you can stop dealing with all this. I'm sitting here trying to find her Instagram because it's not very. The one account that I found that looks like that has a different name in it. So I don't know. Let's keep going.
So he probably had a girlfriend.
That's what everybody thinks, but
Yeah,
I really
that or he's
still
married.
don't think that. I don't.
Well, why else would he block you and then come back?
Kendra, me and my friends do not know. We done talked about
Girl,
all of.
You know.
No, I don't know. I
Who
have
vetted
no
that
clue.
man
Like,
for
he
you?
was out. He done posted me on his Instagram. We done been out in public, holding hands, spending money. I done seen him at his place. No, girl.
What difference does it make if he ghosts you? Does he have a boyfriend? Is that what it is? Because again, I get it. He posts you on his social media, but if he's blocking you, I don't know. You know what? This is crazy.
Okay, wait. So go back. So he posted you on IG.
Well, on his story, correct?
Oh.
Yes.
Tell the whole
Stories.
story. He posted you. Okay, so when he posted you on his IG story, were y'all booed up?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So he might have been mad at his girl that time. And then when he wasn't mad at his girl, he blocked you so you wouldn't see
Bingo.
his girl.
I mean, if we want to go with that story, we can go with that one.
What do you think happened?
No,
You think aliens kidnapped him during them times he was blocking you?
I definitely don't think that. I think that this is what he does, and it's funny to him, and I think it makes
funny
him
to him
feel
because
like,
why'd you let him come back?
well, I was enticed by the money, and I really do enjoy the times that we have. It's like when we talked on the phone.
No, he's paying you for your time. He disappears for a while because there's somebody else. And then he just throws money at you to keep you around. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Did y'all catch the game here? He does whatever he wants with her and then goes back to whoever he's spending time with. And to make up for it, he just comes back and gives her more money. I don't want to say this, but he's buying her. Yeah, Chris is right. Chris says I was about to say she liked the money. That's exactly what it was. That's why she didn't want to move on to nobody else. Because he's literally paying her to get back. Again, who vetted that man for you? A wise man once said, "You ain't got enough money to buy my daughter." That's the only way that. Sim City says one of the few intended Kendra actually put her mom hat on. One of the few instances, yeah, because this woman it's the money. Kendra hadn't said that, but I think she's picking up on it. There's something about this guy that you keep going back to him, and I think you guys are in the chat are right. It's the money. I mean, he just sold a couple C notes to her, and everything is all. How long is this part of the video? Okay, so I'm assuming eventually we move on because this is getting.
He was like a best friend. We could talk about anything. We had
So
the
what's
best
the problem?
conversation, huh?
So what's the problem? You accepted his.
They can talk about anything except why he keeps blocking her. How does she not ask that question? Like, that would be the first thing that I would want to know. It's like, wait, what happened here? And you're just gone, and you're just not saying anything? Oh, here's $500. So, yeah.
Behavior, so what's the problem?
It's no problem. It's just an update.
And you said it was an update from hell. I'm thinking
It is an update from hell because when you meet somebody, okay, so I'm somebody who doesn't like people all the time, right? Like I
Girl,
just don't.
you admitted to yourself you was enticed by the money. So this ain't hold on.
She called on.
Hold on.
Get back in the door.
I love
and
this
I'm
story.
entertaining it, but at the
Listen,
same
hold
time,
on, real quick.
I enjoyed everything else too.
Wait, say it. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off. I want you to speak so I can speak. Go ahead, say it.
Along with me, yes, very much so. The money for sure. It's like, okay, yeah, he coming in. At least he come, because I could say he dated me way better than other guys when we were on, right? When we were on, he dated me way better than other guys. It felt like.
Translation:
But
he spent a bunch of money on me.
Had these ways, this ghosting mentality and whatnot. But when we were on, like all the talking, the vibing that we did, the different conversations, it got like super deep. But in the end of the day, like all of it was false. Like this man would literally like say to me, I want to be your rock. He would try to bring up my dad dying recently in December. He would be like, you know, I just feel like you've been through so much. I want to be your rock. Like it got all the way to the point where he literally asked me to be his girlfriend. But the next day, you know what happened, right?
How often did he block you and come back?
At least 3 times.
So what was your final straw?
I mean, after the second time, I just wasn't even phased anymore.
Her final straw? If she's the one getting blocked, how is it her final straw? Oh man, this is
was dealing with it because again, he would come back and give me like it would be like $800 in one sitting. And I mean, who's going to say no to that? You know what I mean?
A lot of people will say no to that.
No, I'm going to take the money. I like going out to go eat food. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy
he already knows how you want it.
Huh?
He already knows. I think this is what I think you're not accepting. I'm not excusing his behavior, but you proved to him that the money is most important to you because you tolerated his behavior because of the money. So to him, it's like, men on that side, you know, there's always ways people look at it. So when a man knows he's giving you money and money's going to get you back, he puts you in that type of category. You're not really about him. You about the money. Because if you was really about him or wanted something deeper, hold on. If you wanted something deeper, you would have been turned off from the jump. The first time he would have did it, you wouldn't have came back. It wouldn't have been enough money to please you. And it's cool. I'm not judging you. But you just got to honor the role you played in it. Like, you making him the bad guy. I don't know if he's the bad guy. You tolerated the behavior. He ain't a bad guy. He gave you $800.
He's the bad guy in this scenario. I promise you. He's the bad guy in this scenario.
He's not. That's the story all you women want to tell. But he did it 3 times. And you taught him
I accept what I did.
Did she really just say that? You women? Ooh. Man. But she's right though. Kendra's right though. This woman got. Okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it. Well, I'm gonna ask you guys. You tell me, is she a gold digger? Is that what's going on here? She's a gold digger that caught feelings? I mean, y'all tell me. Is this what's going on here? Because I don't understand. It's like, I think Kendra was right. He kept giving her money, so she would let him back, and then he would go ghost again. And he would come back, give her some more money, spend a little time with her. And everything's good until... Right.
You taught him his behavior because you accepted the behavior. And you said you was enticed by the money. So therefore, he know you a money girl. So he gave you $500, $800, enticed you. In his mind, he was a good guy because he gave you some time.
He sure was in his mind. But I totally accept my responsibility in it. I feel like, you know, in the end of the day, I still had a good time in the sense of the dates and all of this stuff. But it still is an experience from hell because when you end up liking somebody.
Chris says her love comes at a cost. It's not even love. She comes at a cost. Because what has she said anything about her feelings? I'm only assuming it's her feelings because I don't even know if it's love. I just think that she got pissed off because she thought she was in control of things and realized that, well, wait a minute. Where is he going when he leaves me? Probably somebody else. I think she thought she came up on, I think she thought she found a simp. And she was just going to milk this dude and he's just going to keep spending money on me and everything's all good. When she finally realized that, well, yeah, men that continuously block you are just playing you. When initially she thought she found the mark. Because again, he's taking me on these lavish dates and everything else. And I found a come up, not realizing that this man got a whole nother life. And he just paying you to be on his arm. And then when he's done, he's gone. Until he wants to. She hasn't said it, but I'm starting to think that he only comes around when he wants to have sex with her. And they'll go on some lavish dates, have sex a couple times, and then he'll go back to what he was doing. We don't know. I mean, you know what? Let's keep going.
Body and whatnot, and it's just like, damn. Like,
why did you like a man that would go to
about the games
Listen,
and whatnot?
You gotta ask yourself this question. You need to self-reflect. Why did I like a man that ghosted me? Why did I like a man that would tell me the things that you brought up something deep as your father and would not show up and prove it? It's not about him. He's gonna be him. Like attracts like. So it's about you trying to figure out why did you like that. And you got to get to that.
It's not that I like the fact, even before the first time he ever even ghosted me, right? I still did like him. Period. You know,
Can't take accountability.
So in the end, I did like him and who he was presenting himself to be, whatever that representative of him was. And in the end of the day, I still take my accountability for moving forward in ways after the ghosting, because I'm like, well, hell, if he gonna give me money and take me out on dates and blah blah blah, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm just enjoying my life and good time, whatever, anyway.
So at that moment, he's no longer a bad guy, and you shouldn't tell the story that way, because you just said right there, you chose to accept the behavior and enjoy the behavior. So he's not a bad guy. You just said to us that why not have a good time, accept the money, and be with him. That is your way of saying I'm gonna enjoy him for what he is.
Mm-hmm. It is the truth. Yeah, I did enjoy him for what he was. When I say he's a bad guy, he's not like a horrible person. I'm not necessarily saying that. But in also still in the scenario, like, it's not like qualities that he displayed.
Y'all had sex?
Yeah, we had sex.
So what do you want, Jasmine? What's your goal?
Well, I came just to tell you an update, my love. That's it.
I'm asking you outside of that now. What's your goal in a relationship? Like, do you want something committed?
Of course, yeah. Because I'm 31. At some point in time, I'm gonna want to be a wife. I'm gonna want to be a mom. All of that. But as life goes on, right now, I'm just dating, focusing on my school. My professional wants in life. That's really where I'm at with it. As I'm not so pressed anymore, like, oh, I want to be married tomorrow, blah. No, it doesn't even, it will come. Whatever God's path for me is, it will come. It will get figured out, and I will be intentional as it goes. And yeah, I'm learning as I go as well, but like nobody.
Oh, insert universal answers part 37. I'm going to be intentional, but if it comes, it comes. Those two things do not go together. Oh my God. This is going in circles. Oh man, how much longer is this segment, man? This is... Azriel is first of his name. Oh, well, he deleted the message. These women are such a joke. You know what? I can't even say it's these women. I think it's just this woman. This woman in particular. Because this is, Chris says 40's going to come real quick. Yes, it is. Okay. But you know what, though? Let me reset. Let's hope, you know what? I'm having a hard time resetting on this one because it was just, oh my God. Let's get to the dating questions because I don't know what's the point with this part of the conversation, but hey, that's what we're here for anyway, so.
Appreciates being played with. When women come on your show and ask for consistency and ask for somebody who doesn't lie, it's still
Jasmine. I don't think it's fair to say he played you though.
I think so. It's fair to say that he played with me and he played with my emotions and
what was she doing with him?
You played with you and you played with your emotions because you kept accepting his behavior because of the money.
I can agree with that, but I also would say that he definitely still. What's the point of lying? If you lying,
because he probably wants to have sex with you. You're an attractive girl. He's gonna lie.
I don't think that that's all he necessarily wanted, but we can say that.
Say again?
I said, I don't think that that's like all he necessarily wanted, but we can say that.
Let me say this. He probably liked you, right? He probably liked you. Obviously, he's giving you money. You're an attractive girl. He probably also had the good time that you were having in those moments too. The difference is, I don't know. It seems like you wanted more of a committed long term, whereas he was okay with the moments he shared with you. And then when he didn't want to be with you, he would just block you and come back to you when he felt like it.
And my thing is, a lot of women out here would be okay with something that they enjoy and could go out with, have fun with, have sex with, and then meanwhile is still trying to figure out what that person is who really could play that position. But it's just like, in the end, you're still lying and playing with me if you can't.
Avoid women like she just described. Because the situation that she just described is, you go out and waste a man's time and resources while you figure out what it is that you really want in a husband. Ladies, because we've had a lot of women who subscribe to the channel, if that's your dating philosophy, you're not looking for a husband. You're just looking for a placeholder. And I pray the guy that you have as a placeholder never figures it out, because that really pisses men off. Like, well, you know what? Azrael says no growth on her part. I agree. And she, at 31, she's not changing. She's looking for, well, you know what? Does Kendra ever get to the dating? This conversation is still okay. Yeah, we're going to press play and keep going.
Let me ask you a question.
You want to fuck and have fun.
Why would a man say that? You're not, I mean, well, listen, how about this? Whether he said it with his words, he said it with his actions. And at the bottom line, you're the one that says he went ghost and he would come back. Now, if he didn't come back with money, would you have tolerated him?
Of course not. For sure not.
End of story.
For sure
End
not.
of story. So
I'm not disagreeing with you
whether
at all.
you want to acknowledge it or not, the money is what attracted you. And the money is what kept you as long as it did. If he didn't have the money, he wouldn't be able to got that far. And a lot of men notice, and this is why men with money know that y'all out here screaming, I want a real man, I want security, I want a husband, I want you to be there, I want you. Child, you want the money.
No, but we do want that, period. Because when I ask for
well, if you want that should be your focus.
When I want a man, I'm not asking for a man to always like drown me in money and do that. That's not even my relationship with all the men that I meet and move forward with necessarily. So
Azrael says you got some wood and some paper. You got what you wanted. You're just mad you're not in control. I agree. I think I actually said that. It might have been before you joined the stream, though, because it was pretty obvious that she found out that the guy was in the beginning. I think she was excited to go on all those fancy dates and all the money and the lifestyle, thinking that, you know, she found somebody. She found a lick. Come to find out, no, she was the lick. Like, she thought that she was basically, yeah, I agree. She thought she was in control, and come to find out she wasn't, because he was blocking her and then coming back and getting some and then blocking her again. Well.
I want the good, better, best qualities out of a man. I don't want you to just give me money and treat me like shit and try to fuck me and duck me. That's not what I aspire to have.
And stop tolerating that then. Then
That's
stop tolerating
fine.
it.
That's
on
fine.
you.
But that's
You
just
the one.
the
Hold on,
toleration with
pause.
him.
Hold on, pause. We're only going off of what you told us, and you told us he would ghost you, come back, give you $800. Who's gonna turn down $800? You also said if the money wasn't involved, it wouldn't went that long. So a man can only treat you the way you allow him to treat you. So if you want a man to give you money and dump you, stop tolerating it.
I agree with what you're saying, but within the situation and scenario
I
of it all,
agree,
I
but
definitely said what it was
just
and what
negated
I
everything
expected
that she
and what
said. But okay.
was not cool.
Actions
And we
speak louder
definitely
than words,
talked
honey.
about all of that.
Actions speak louder than words. Your words don't matter if your actions don't align. So you can say something, but if you taught me that I could ghost you, come back and give you money and spend some time with you and ghost you again, your words mean nothing. Your actions mean everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying the experience you had with him. And
The real question is that a dog on the couch right there? Did she buy a dog? Because she's gonna.
I'm not really defending his experience. What I'm saying is who
It's
he
probably a
is
cat.
doesn't matter. And all ladies need to get this. Who the guy is does not matter. It's all about what are you gonna accept and how you're gonna react. And if a behavior is not acceptable, then it has to not be acceptable. Can't no money change it.
I agree. That's the reason for boundaries and everything else. I agree.
Jasmine, you're a beautiful girl. I can tell you got body, pretty skin, nice smile. And you're gonna always have men at you because you're pretty. You know what's gonna be for you to decipher is character. And I'm
Yes.
not saying you gotta be with a broke man, huh?
Yes, 1,000%.
But let me tell you this. This is why I say this. Humbly speaking, most of the men in my world are very, very well off. And they know that women are only tolerating their behavior because of their money. And a lot of times that's why they treat women a certain way. So a man that can give you $500 or a man that can give you $800, in his mind, his story would be completely different than your story. He'd be like, I gave her I don't just be giving girls $800. I don't just be giving girls $500. I don't just be with girls like he's gonna.
She doesn't get it. She's not gonna change. This is we gonna skip ahead and because this is not going anywhere. And I'm tired of it. Next.
Trust me. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.